APAC has committed an additional $5 million in financing through its university blockchain research effort across 6 countries, while Ripple has just expanded its blockchain education campaign. Talk about giving back and innovation. This is an excellent illustration of what they have frequently done in the past. Once more, this helps us realize that these men are serious about their business. However, XRP holders, welcome back to the Peepo Coin channel. As always, I'm grateful that you all stayed and showed such affection. With all of my heart, thank you. You'll notice that more and more folks are becoming the biggest moon guys they have ever been as the market begins to heat up. It's also really interesting to see because most of these people are absent when there is a lot of uncertainty. You guys deserve the best, so if you've been here from the start, give a shout out. I love you all. However, when we look at the crypto markets as a whole, we see a sea of green and a lot of excitement. Furthermore, I believe that although we haven't seen anything now, we might in the future if dominance is taken into account. All things considered, though, we're seeing a lot of green. XRP is currently trading at $2.29, up 2.2%. We're down roughly 1.3% in Bitcoin, which is to be expected. The 24-hour trading volume is close to $3 billion, and the valuation is $134.5 billion. Before we continue, though, let me just quickly clarify that nothing on this channel is financial advice. Always conduct your own research and due diligence before making a cryptocurrency investment. As a result, the ruling party in South Korea recently introduced laws allowing stable currency. Once more, the proposed Basic Act would completely redefine the game by allowing South Korean enterprises with capital over $368,000 to issue stable currencies. They can also start using stable currencies if they don't issue. Naturally, this is the point at which the USD is once more a prime illustration that may be applied within nations and businesses. There will be very, very huge news today, of course. Speaking about ETF movements, on June 9th, roughly 21,000 Ethereum and 3,650 Bitcoin were purchased. In terms of information, we're looking at Ethereum, which is displaying a lot of intriguing data regarding influx. And since Ethereum is the standard by which we evaluate possible altcoins, I don't think we should be ignoring that. As of right now, this is the 16th consecutive trading day. Days when ETF inflows are actually occurring, which clearly indicates that there is demand for Ethereum. Does this mean that an altcoin season is indeed happening at this time? As you know, the first half of the year is coming to an end. This is likely to be a very optimistic second half for the markets. We'll see what transpires, but for now, history is essentially in alignment. Please share your personal thoughts with me in the comments section. As you are aware, there are numerous ETF discussions taking place for various assets and indexes that are being registered for. If these were allowed, I believe it would be a significant step. But take a look at this. Stablecoin-based blockchain remittances are already becoming more popular in the US-Mexico corridor, and there are some noteworthy instances that demonstrate how well they work for cross-border money transfers. With the help of RippleNet's on-demand liquidity, or ODL, which uses XRP, a blockchain-based digital asset, as a bridge currency, Bitso, a cryptocurrency exchange with its headquarters in Mexico, has teamed up with Ripple to enable remittance flows between the US and Mexico. In comparison to conventional ways, this cooperation offers users reduced rates and nearly instantaneous transaction times, processing billions of payments. Another illustration is Tether USDT, the most popular stablecoin globally, which is, I believe, getting less and less used. Believe that RLUSD will surpass USDC, even a USDT, due to its regulatory compliance advantages. Naturally, this provides additional nations and people the confidence to use that coin instead of another reliable one that they are dubious about. Furthermore, I won't be sitting here discussing USDT. You guys already know a lot about that, I'm sure. However, it's clear that many people have positive things to say about SEC Chair Paul Adkins' address, which we talked about earlier this morning. Look at this if you missed it. Paul Adkins, the new chair of the SEC, gave a stunning speech. The aggressive embracing of innovation is really heartening. He also stated that the right to self-custody of one's own property is fundamental, in case you missed it. When one signs on to the internet, American values shouldn't vanish. Extremely fascinating and clearly demonstrates the path that the Trump administration's new SEC is taking. Now take a look at this. This is a really fascinating thing. What are the factors that don't affect the final cost? First and foremost, OTC, as this is a private transaction with a predetermined price between two parties. There would be no impact on the public spot price if they were to purchase or sell at any price. Additionally, I've discussed this topic with you all innumerable times. We seldom really consider over-the-counter, OTC, but we should start since that's where the major companies truly come in. Having said that, let's examine the current situation. Shadow to smoke, and this is something really, really intriguing. Therefore, Ripple and XRP will go into the system, while Bitcoin and Ethereum will stay outside. Because there is no recognized issuer for Bitcoin and Ethereum, they are frequently left out of regulatory framework. Thus, their integration with public infrastructure, banks, and other institutions is the limit. XRP and Ripple are designed with the opposition in mind. They were designed with the system in mind. They are in line with compliance, operate within the bounds of the law, and are ready for the financial system to embrace them. Therefore, how a cryptocurrency is intended to be utilized in a particular jurisdiction will determine whether or not it is accepted as a component of the official payment system. While Ripple and XRP frequently fall inside the system, Bitcoin and Ethereum frequently slip outside. The reason for this is that official payment methods are typically... Consider this. If some cryptocurrencies can be incorporated into the official payment system, they can be utilized as a settlement vehicle rather than a means of exchange in our typically closed-loop system. And this has been documented in a very clear and concise manner. However, let us examine the current state of domination. Please disregard these sketches I made. However, you are beginning to notice that supremacy is somewhat reversing, but overall, 64.55% is still a very high domination. Let me sort of clear up this muddle I've created. But if you're looking at Bitcoin, we did see it close above 110,000. It is to be expected that we are witnessing a slight decline. Everything is going okay so far. Naturally, it's quite pleasant to see the previous all-time high from the start of this year playing as a level of support for us. Regarding XRP, it is still essentially in the range. We did receive rejection in that crucial range, where we were only a few hours ago. You guys must realize once more that breaking out of this crucial level is crucial because it paves the way for us to retest $2.47 and subsequently the 23.6. The remainder is history after that. Everything is going okay so far. I adore what I'm witnessing. Please share your thoughts with me below. Are you waiting to click the red subscribe button if you haven't already?